Hello everyone. Good evening or good afternoon for those who have joined logged in from different countries. Welcome to our program, The Key to Diversification, episode 19. My name is Mandy Chen, head of IQI International Sales. Just a bit background of myself. I've been involved in international property for more than 8 years, and myself as an investor, I've invested a few of the country like Australia, Thailand, and that is one of my diversification investment portfolio. So our program, The Key to Diversification, is designing for those who keen to invest or explore international property investments by hedging against the currency or the inflations, but do not know how to go about it. With this program, we will share with you some of the fundamental investment guidelines based on the countries, the do and the don't when investing abroad. Besides, we also will give you a better understanding on how to invest in certain countries whereby you will know that the policies are rather friendly. So this is one of the way that you can actually learn a little bit when you're really interested to diversify your investment portfolio in overseas. And we are running this program for more than 18 episodes, and usually we will invite different panel of speakers from various countries whom they are qualified professionals or real estate specialists from our IQI global team or from different industry, and they'll be able to share their experience and knowledge as an investor, also giving some of the investment tips to guide you through your property diversifications. Without further delay, let me welcome Ms. Barrak, our Vice President from IQI Turkey, to share with us the essential guide to invest in Turkey and its potential. Hi, Ms. Barrak, how are you?
Hi, Mandy. Thank you. I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm fine. So, how's everything in Turkey today?
It's good. Very cold. We are expecting snow today.
Oh, really? That's great.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, before we actually go into details, probably you want to introduce yourself to the audience so that they know a little bit of your background as well.
Yes, sure. This is Barrak from IQI Turkey.
Mhm.
I have been in real estate sector more than 10 years. Actually, I'm an ex-banker, but I started my career in real estate in Dubai. Then
Oh.
so it's the real hub for real estate. Then I moved to Turkey. I have experience for the real estate, sales, property management, and leasing. I moved to Istanbul because there's a great potential in here,
Mhm.
and also for the government and the new rules, Turkey is getting more potential from the foreign investors. So now I'm enjoying the sector in Istanbul.
Wow, from Dubai to Turkey. So what a big change. Is there a lot of difference compared to these two countries?
Yes, and a lot of differences.
Oh, okay.
Of course, approximately like 70 degrees difference between people. And also from the real estate perspective, it's a different challenge and different opportunities, but it's good to have this Dubai experience with me and to use this experience in Istanbul.
Okay, so I'm sure compare now, you probably prefer Istanbul than in Dubai, right?
I prefer Istanbul. Yeah, you guys will not get mad with me. Yeah, I prefer Istanbul.
Yeah, Istanbul is a beautiful country. I've been there like I would say 10 years ago, and
Really,
it's amazing. So I didn't expect that it's so beautiful.
it
Okay,
is.
yeah,
Yeah, soon.
yeah. So perhaps you can actually go into like general introductions of uh, what is Turkey like, the GDP growth or the populations or tourism, because I'm sure they might have some audience that have not been to Turkey, but I'm sure most of us has been to Turkey before, but maybe just a brief general introductions.
Yes, sure, of course. Because of its location, actually, Turkey is very special because we are in the middle of Asia and Europe. It's a natural bridge. And it's like a very huge country with the different, the climates. You can have 4 seasons in the country, sometimes at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Population-wise, we are a little bit crowded, 83 million population and 20 million of this in Istanbul. And half of the population is under age of 32. So
Wow,
it's a
yeah,
very,
quite young populations.
exactly. So that's another attractive part of investing in Turkey with the young population.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so from the GDP wise, Turkey is a very fast growing country. To give you an idea, I will compare with like 2002. The GDP was $236 billion, and with the 2018, it jumped to $784 billion. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
great growth, and this year it's $900 billion. It's a promising country. And
Mm.
from the tourism side, also, always there is a good interest to Turkey because of the location, the weather, and for the history. It's a very, very old, the country. When you dig the land, you are reaching another century and another century. So we hosted like 45 million tourists in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we are skipping like 2020, unfortunately, due to pandemic. But now, right now, still there are a lot of tourists in Istanbul. Uh, it's interesting because we have lockdown for the weekends,
Mm-hmm.
but tourists are allowed to be out. So in Istanbul, you can walk around, and so it's quiet. It's first time I think in the history Istanbul is quiet, and you can enjoy the city when we are in. Uh,
Okay.
so that's a different experience for now. Actually, still we are hosting tourists in this year as well.
Interesting. So, if what about the current pandemic situations? Does it impact a lot on the economy in Turkey?
Yeah, of course, like all countries, actually, we are affected. But I think we learned how to live with it. Now the vaccination is started already,
Mm-hmm.
and it's under control. The health system is very good in Turkey. That's why I think it was easier for us to handle it. The government also supported a lot during this period. They have really good packages for the people who are having the financial difficulties.
Mm-hmm.
It's not under control, and we are adapting for the new normal.
Yeah.
Always we call it new normal, and I think we are one of the lucky country.
Okay, that's great. So, in fact, right now the border actually open to foreigner to visit the country, or they still closed?
It's open actually, but depends on the situation. For example, for the new, the what's that? The mutation in the COVID. So we close for some time for UK,
Mm-hmm.
and if the situation is better, then we are opening the border. The border to that country. It's country by country actually, but it's open now.
Okay. Wow, that's great. So I hope that I could actually visit Turkey soon, or visit
Yeah, hopefully,
our
I think
island.
you can. Yeah, we are hosting some Chinese clients as well right now. So I think they're from Malaysia as well.
That's great.
Waiting for you.
Okay, for those who's just joined us again, welcome to our program, The Key to Diversification, episode 19. So today we are talking about invest in Turkey. So stay tuned with us, then we will have lots more informative information to share with you. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask and post it in the comment box. We will actually read out later. Okay, let's go into our main topics. The very basic one for foreigner to invest in Turkey. What is the criteria? Maybe you can share with us.
Yes, sure. Turkey is welcoming foreign investors from all countries. Um, there is no specific criteria for that. Only for if they want to invest for the land, there are some special conditions that
Mm-hmm.
you have to use that land in 3 years. You cannot keep as empty and construction or farm, whatever. Uh, for citizenship, of course, there are different criteria, but without citizenship, we are welcoming all the countries.
Oh, okay, that's great. That means that as long as you have a passport, you can actually come to uh, Turkey, buy properties, or whether apartments or landed is possible, right?
Exactly. Only one condition, sorry to it shouldn't be military zone.
Oh, all
It's
right.
criteria, but even I cannot have any land in the military zone.
Okay. Okay, so again, that's great because some other countries they do have restrictions when come to buying properties, whether they are only allowed to buy condominium apartments, not the landed. But in Turkey, we are allowed to invest in all sorts of property, including the commercial as well.
Yes, sure. It can be a shop or office or whole building. It can be a residence, villa, or land. So they can own any of them or all of them.
Okay, and what is the potential of investing in Turkey? This is again a very utmost importance questions that normally investor will ask. What is so special about Turkey? Why should we invest in Turkey? Because probably a lot of people quite new to this investment in Turkey. Maybe you can just elaborate a little bit more. Tell us what is the interesting story about investing in Turkey.
Sure. Turkey is a very fast-growing country. That's the first, good condition that they want to invest in Turkey. There are good potentials, and when a country is growing, so the appreciations are more than the other countries. That's another part, and young population. That's really making a good impact on the investment. And there are local interests as well. That's another thing. So when you want to exit, you will find a lot of locals who are willing to invest in real estate. And the young population, as I said, they are under the age of 32. And purchasing power is increasing in Turkey in last, if we talk about 20 years, maybe 20 years back, it was a luxury to have your own apartments, one or two. But now, after the university, all the young generation, they are looking for the investment to having their own apartments. They are getting married, they are buying and renting. They are divorcing, they are buying and renting. So there is a good potential, and also there are also now foreign multinational companies. They are investing in Turkey for the production. It's For them it's a good labor source in Turkey, and because of the location of Turkey, it's easy to reach all the markets around. Since we are in the center and between Asia and Europe, so there are good potentials, and also the weather is amazing. Not only for the investments, we have lots of European mostly now the clients, and they love the weather, and the summer is amazing in the south part of Turkey and west part of Turkey. Whoever comes for investments, they love to stay in Turkey. There are some reasons.
Okay, so maybe you will share the reasons later on, especially when talk about migrations. Yep. Then, in fact, the other questions that is also very to the investor is actually one of the most again another important questions is about the return of investment and the so-called the capital appreciations. What is in Turkey like for the real estate?
Sure. Return of investment. Actually, what we recommend are, the investors to consider the apartments mostly from the appreciation gain, because in Turkey, I will talk about apartments, residential, to give you an idea. It's approximately like between 3 to 4, sometimes to 5%. But I know in some other countries they're having in the higher return of investment. But this is the market in Turkey, and this is the standard actually. But from the appreciation, you can earn more because it's a developing country. What we are expecting after a branded project completion, after 2 years completion, we are expecting between 20 to 60% appreciation. It's normal. But in depends on the location, and the project can be a little bit higher or maybe lower, but it will not be lower than the 20%. So up to 60% is a good appreciation if you compare with the other countries.
You
So
are
we
talking about is
than the rents.
you are talking about is on the yearly basis, right? The percentage.
Yes, yearly basis.
Wow, that is actually pretty high.
Not that much.
So if you talk about 6 to 10%, I think every year that would be great.
Yes, of course.
Okay, then what about the buying and the exit cost? I'm sure buying into real estate, there's a lots of like, compared to other country, you might have like stamp duty, like transfer fees, government tax or whatsoever. What about in Turkey?
For the purchasing period, depends on if it's about citizenship or not. Actually, the costs are not that much high. Only for the title deed fee is the just 4%, but we share with the seller and buyer. They share half half, so it's just 2%. The
Mm-hmm,
title when you purchase and when you sell, you will pay this amount.
mm-hmm,
And depends on when you want to exit. Depends on the period when you sell your property. There will be a tax, of course. If you sell in 5 years with the profit, a tax will be applied. But if you sell after 5 years, even with the high profit, you will not pay any tax for the purchasing. In this 5 years, the calculation is a little bit, complicated. But it depends on, of course, again, price index and inflation. So there will be calculation behind.
Okay, wow. Okay, so that means the tax is actually based on the profit or based on the total selling price?
From the profits.
Okay, so that means it's actually,
Getting the tax, asking tax. If you don't earn, no tax.
yeah, so can you imagine that if you would to like hold it for more than 5 years, you pay nothing? Can you make, I mean, it's quite amazing that that is one of the attractive point, I would say. Um, Other than that, what about, is there any like foreign tax, like you are foreigner, you're not citizen, so you are required to pay additional stamp duty or levy? Is there such things in Turkey?
No, there is no. So it's the same with the like Turkish citizens, where you are paying the same, nothing.
Then is there any property tax when come to like if you were to buy a property or you for upkeeping the properties, like annual property tax? Is there such things in Turkey?
There is, but very, the small amounts actually. When you are holding a property, it depends if it's still in a big city or not. So there are some, the criteria about that. For the residents, you are paying 0.02% of the amount of the property, but it's not the purchasing price. Every year, the municipality declares, some prices for depends on the location. So mostly it's lower than your purchasing amount. So you are paying 0.02, that much small.
Wow,
And
okay.
into two installments also. It's very low, not a big amount actually. Uh,
Wow, that's interesting. So, what about, is there any like legal fees involved? Like if you were to enter into the sales and purchase agreements, you sign a contract, do
yes,
you need to pay legal fees?
yes. How it works, I'll tell you. If it's under construction, we sign a notary agreement, notarized agreement. And the fee of this agreement is 1.2%. It's of the amount. But mostly developers are sharing this fee with the buyer.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that's all. And again, we go to title deed office and 2%.
Wow, that's interesting. That's quite easy. Like I just mentioned that you can't believe it. In fact, some of the countries, the investment law is really friendly. So can you just imagine Turkey is like without paying much of the tax, like just 2% of the transfer fees, and the legal fee might be also shared with the developer as well. Wow,
Yeah.
that is amazing. So can local buy into the secondary market as well?
Yes, sure, of course. You can, and mostly we recommend the properties which I know the Turkish also has interest. It's very easy in the secondary market. As I create Turkey, of course, we are supporting our clients for the secondary market. You can buy, or you can, when you want to exit, you can sell in the secondary market easily.
Okay. So normally, if let's say I would buy the brand new like off the plan projects, right? What is the payment structure like? So do I like pay progressive payments or do I pay initial deposit, then until completions I pay the balance? What is the structures like?
Yeah, in Turkey it's a little bit different. But there are different options, depends on the developer and the project at the same time. because sometimes the developers are having different payment plans for their different projects. Um, how it works, mostly there is a down payment.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the rest can be into 12, 24, or 36 months. Mostly it's up to 36 months are, the payment plans because the constructions has to, the completed in 36 months. So until the completion, there are different payment plans and mostly they are flexible. Let's say you want to pay 25% and the rest you want to pay every 3 months. On the second year, you want to change the payment plan, so there will be some balloon payments. So developers are open for all these different options.
Wow. Okay, that means minimum initial deposit is you are talking about like 20%?
Again, depends on the project. Some
Oh,
of even they say it's with the 5%. Sometimes you can enter, sometimes with 10% or 50%. Most if it is close to delivery, the down payment, the amount is increasing. But again, we have a lot of different options from different developers.
interesting. Oh, yeah. So
The project, like which is suitable for you.
yeah, so it's all depends on your cash flow. So if you have a minimum down payment, so perhaps we can actually assist you to spread the payment plan into a longer one. Or if you have like a lump sum of the cash flow, cash in hand, then you probably would go for the shorter payment plan. Wow, okay. So, but in most of the project, do you all like really offer those type like rental guarantee, or you actually give any incentive to the foreign buyers when they come to invest in the projects?
Yes, we have for the citizenship actually. There are some developers are offering rental guarantees or resale guarantees. For example, for citizenship, if you have an apartment or any property, I mean, you cannot sell for 3 years. So to make it's easier, they're offering some rental guarantees for 3 years. After 3 years, if you want, you can continue to renting your apartment by yourself or you can resell it. It's up to you. Or you can get like maybe sometimes 20% or with the 30% appreciation, companies are giving guarantee that they will buy it back from you.
Wow, that is so flexible.
Attractive packages actually we have for citizenship.
Yeah, that's why. And is the financing options available as well?
Uh, Financial options from the developers, yes, we have. From the bank loan, if the foreigners want to apply for the bank loan, it's also available. But like they are mostly financing like 40% or 50% of the total amount. And also interest rate is coming in. So mostly investors they prefer to use developers' financial plan. So I didn't see the investors they are willing to go through the bank.
Okay, but when you really talk about what about the interest rate? It's like, is it very high if you were to go through the bank?
Yes, in lira it's high. It's approximately like monthly. It's 1.4, 1.6% monthly. It's quite high.
Okay, so if it's go through developer, it's just like those payment plan, like installment plan. So that is considered uh,
Yes, with
the
interest
options,
rates, it's better. Yes,
and they do not charge any interest rate as well, right?
there is no interest rate from the developer side.
Okay. So that is another questions that I probably would like to ask. So since you say that the property is, I mean, in terms of the um, buying and the exit cost is nothing much. Then what about if I were to buy a property in Turkey? Can I get a citizenship or can I get a like permanent residence?
You're most welcome. Yes, sure, of course you can. First, we are choosing the right property. It's very important because in Turkey we have two types of title deed, and I don't want to go much details and not to make you confused. But the first title deed should be ready, and it can get when the construction reach the ground floor. The title deed should be ready, and we need a notarized sales agreement And you have to transfer the amount of the property from your bank account to directly to developer account. Then you can apply for the citizenship.
Oh,
You, your husband, your kids who are under the age of 18 can get the citizenship with you with one apartment.
oh, even though let's say the property is only my name, without the husband's name, so the husband can join in as well.
Exactly. And children under the age of 18 can get the citizenship with you.
Okay, and what is the minimum amounts that you're talking about when it comes to this type of citizenship or permanent residence program?
Sure. There are only two criteria for the citizenship application. One is the property price should be minimum $250,000. Can be a one unit or can be multiple units, but total amount minimum 250. And the second criteria is you cannot sell this property for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
May comment on your title deed that cannot be sold for 3 years. But if you need, that apartment and you want to sell it, it's very important. You can sell, of course, anytime. By the way, it's freehold. You can sell, but only you will lose your citizenship. But after 3 years, you can sell it, you can rent it. It's up to you. After 3 years, even if you sell, still you will be holding the citizenship.
Oh, okay. So that means the minimum requirement is to hold on with the property for 3 years, and the 3 years is actually calculating from the date that you signed the agreement or from the date that the property completed.
The date that you get the title deed.
Oh, so normally how long will you get the title deed?
Right, you, for example, you choose your apartment, you sign the agreement, and with some legal, the process, maximum in 10 days, you can go to the title deeds office and you can get your title deed, and still the property can be under construction.
Oh, okay. So in other words, it's like I can actually get my so-called the citizens, even though my property is not ready and it's not completely pay out. I can immediately get the citizenship.
If you pay $250,000 and if you get your title deed, even the construction can the continue, then you can get the title deed and apply for the citizenship.
Okay. Then, is there any other fees that involve for this the citizenship? Do I need to pay any application fees or any like legal fees?
Yes, there is. How it works, we went to title deed office and we start the process for the citizenship application. This process can be completed between 1 to 3 months period, the maximum 3 months, and it's followed by the lawyers. So there will be a lawyer fee, and there will be some paper, the works, translations, etc., to pay to the government. So total depends, of course, on the process, but mostly it's approximately like, let's say, $7,000 uh, will be the cost of this process.
And I can invest in anywhere of Turkey. Can be in Istanbul or out of Istanbul also.
Exactly, any part of Turkey you can get the property, and again, it can be any shop, office, land, apartment, can be any of them. Only the condition, the title deeds.
Okay, so I can buy more than one properties. If let's say I would buy one properties less than 200 or 200,000, so I can top up another one to make up for at least minimum 250,000. Then I can qualify for the citizenship.
Yes, exactly. And you don't have to buy them at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you buy an apartment today for $100,000, and after 2 months you get another one, another one. So when you reach 250, you can apply for the citizenship. And another option, let's say you like an apartment in downtown, it's $500,000, and you want this apartment. So you can ask a friend and you can share this apartment, 250 you pay and 250 your friend. So you can get one apartment together, the title deed, on the title deed there will be your shares, and both of you can apply for the citizenship together.
Oh, even though without and like as in we are friends, okay, we do not like not husband and wife or siblings or mothers, parents. Even like you and me, we can actually join and buy and buy properties, and we both can qualify for the citizenship.
Exactly. And you, your husband and kids, and me, my husband and kids.
Wow.
150 is for the one family.
Wow, okay. So let's join and buy one.
um,
Wow, okay, that is so flexible. So right now it's like which are the countries that they are favorable to this kind of migration scheme, and where are they from? Are they really from a lot from Asians?
right now, yeah, a lot. From China, we have a great interest actually for last 1 year for the citizenship package. When I checked all the countries who are, the investing in Turkey, China was not in the list. But last year they joined in there in the 13th, in the list.
Wow.
Uh, yes, the first is Iran and Iraq, Russia, Germany, Kuwait. So these are always in the top 10. And China is also really competing with other countries. And during the 2020, they invested a lot during the pandemic. So after pandemic, I'm really waiting for the surprises on the list.
Yeah, but can you imagine it's so flexible compared to others countries that might not be have that flexibilities when come to like invest in a property, you can get citizenship, even though you will share with someone that just friends, and both of you can actually whole family can come here. I guess this is like never have I heard of this kind of flexibilities when it comes to citizenship. Wow, that's great. Is this just open recently, or it has been in the I mean in the market for a very long time already? Such offers.
So I couldn't hear properly. So repeat.
I mean, is this like this citizenship program? Is it offered recently, or it has been open to the market for quite some time already?
Yeah, the rule came in 2018. It's
Mm.
2 years. It's new actually.
Mhm.
At the beginning, the amount was 1 million US dollar, and after a few months, they decreased it to $250,000. And for last 2 years, it's the same,
So you're
200
talking about US dollars, right?
US dollars exactly.
Okay, and may I know what is the difference between the normal, I mean, the citizenship and without the citizenship? What is the benefits like to be a citizenship?
Mhm. Um,
Just name us a few, like you think that is like is really different a lot that is worth for you to actually get the citizenship than just without.
with the citizenship, of course, with a Turkish passport, you can travel more than 100 countries without visa. And if you are in a business, it's very easy to connect with the whole world from Turkey. It's a really a good hub because of the location as well. And also with the Turkish citizenship, you can get a retirement system from Turkey. So you are going to work like there is no difference two types of citizen in Turkey. You will be citizen, and we will have the same right with you that I'm naturally born citizen. And you have free education from primary school and university. There will free health system. You have the right to vote. So there's a good the benefits of being a Turkish citizen.
Wow, okay. So and you are required to stay like how many days? Like minimum a year?
That's another good thing. There is no restriction about that. So you don't have to stay for like a specific time in Turkey. There is no interview also for the citizen, and you don't have to know Turkish. I recommend you to
Really?
learn Turkish.
Oh, that means even though I would just get my citizenship, I do not require to stay like minimum like a week or a month. I can just within, I mean, for 3 years, I didn't even travel to Turkey. That's possible.
Yes, it is possible.
Oh, really?
You will come. Once you come here and get your apartment, I'm sure you will.
Okay, so when I buy that apartment, can I just rent it out or I need to like declare it's my own stay?
It's up to you. During these 3 years, you can use your apartment, you can keep it empty, or you can rent. It's up to you. It's your own property and you can use it as it is. Just only you cannot sell.
Oh, okay. So, but the rental is all taxable, right?
Yes, there will be again the income tax from that.
And the
So
income tax will be based on whatever local pay, I will pay the same as well.
exactly, exactly.
Wow, then I'd rather be a citizen then, since I want to invest in Turkey, for example, then must well I get the benefit and I don't have to pay so much tax.
Exactly, exactly.
Wow, that's amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so how do we qualify the qualification? I guess is just buy a property or more than one property as long as the amount is equivalent to 250,000 USD or
Mhm.
more, isn't it?
Exactly, it's like that. We always recommend to go like 260, $270,000 due to the currency, like the rate, US lira rate to be in the safe side. There might be some change. So that's all. It's very easy.
So when I invest and when come to exit or I sell the properties already, perhaps when I decided to sell, I'll probably forego my citizenship. So whatever proceed that I get from the sales of the property, I can actually uh, take it back remitted to my home country, right?
Yes, sure.
Oh, okay.
So you can sell your property and it's always going to be on cash. And you can open a bank account in Turkey under your name. It's easier transaction, and you can get the money to your account. And there's a secure account actually when you want to sell your property. Once it's in the secure account, the title deed office approve the sales. Then it comes to your account. Then you can enjoy with your money.
Wow. Okay. So what about is let's say that is there any expiry date or on this citizenship or not? I mean, beside talking about if you were to sell less than 3 years, definitely I need to forego about my citizenship. So what if I still keep my property after 3 years or even after 3 years I sell, my citizenship will it be expired?
No, it's
Or
there's no
is
limit
is
time.
is is
It's
for
for
life?
it's lifetime.
Okay, so what about if let's say a family of four, okay, the children right now probably below 18. So once they exceed 18 already, so they will actually break away from the citizenship. If they want, they need to buy property and reapply again. Is that true?
Oh, if you're under 18, since they get citizenship, even they grow up and above 18, still they will keep the citizenship.
Oh,
If they
okay.
marry someone, a foreigner, and still through your child, they can get also citizenship. That's different, of course, rules apply because she's going to be Turkish at the end of today, and husband is from another country. They can apply for the husband as well.
Okay, even though these children have never been to Turkey or never studied in Turkey also, but it still follow the parents that they will just continue with that, right?
Yes, they will.
Wow, there's so much of the advantage. Unbelievable. Any disadvantage that you could tell?
So
Otherwise,
whenever
all audience would think that it's too good to be true. So, is there any disadvantage of being a citizenship in in Turkey?
continue, no, I think yeah. Only we have to be very careful about this, the process, the paperwork, bank transfers, the process should be followed by the by lawyer, and the right property is very important. Actually, I'm like a citizen for a very long time. I don't want to mention. I didn't see any disadvantage.
Wow. Okay. So again, the most important thing is to get the most trusted parties or partners that could actually going through the whole process with you. Of course, with our IQI Turkey, we are here to assist you. Okay, when if you are interested in applying the citizenship in Turkey, we will actually give you a really good advice, and we will recommend some of the good property for you to buy as well. Wow,
We
that's
will
very
let
interesting.
you the whole process.
Yeah, that so the entire so for the whole citizenship program, I guess it's like the process will probably take less than 2 months.
Exactly. Three maximum 3 months, but if there is any problem with the papers, to change the papers and apply again. So maximum 3 months, mostly in 2 months, we finalize it. Even without coming to Turkey, you can follow all this process with the power of attorney.
Okay, so I do not really need to come to the Turkey to apply everything, right? Everything can go through the power of attorney or go through the lawyer online, especially right now that people cannot travel. So people might be worried that is there the process that they require to be present there, then probably kind of difficult.
Yeah, exactly. It happened like that. And let's say you purchase your apartment, you apply for citizenship, and you don't have to be here and wait for the whole process. You can go back to your country, and when the paperwork's done by the lawyer, they will send you the papers, and you can go to the Turkish consulate in your country, and you can get your passport and ID from the consulate.
Mm, that is very, very interesting. So let me see if audience have any questions to ask. Is there any restrictions on selling the property back to foreigner? No, there is. You can sell to anybody, right?
Exactly, you can sell to anybody. Only, Mandy, for citizenship, if you're buying the property for citizenship, you have to buy from a Turkish. You cannot buy from the foreigner. So seller should be Turkish.
Uh, what do you mean by that?
You wanna get citizenship and you want to buy an apartment in Turkey. The seller should be Turkish. You cannot buy from foreigner if you want to apply for citizenship.
Let's say, for example, if I would to buy those off the plan, so shouldn't be any problem because off the plan normally the developer are Turkish, right?
Turkish developer. So you can buy from a company. The company should be Turkish, or you can
Oh,
buy from a person. They have to be Turkish.
okay. So if it's I'm buying from the secondary market, so the seller must be Turkish, cannot be foreigner.
But when you want to exit, there is no restriction.
Okay. So do I need to put any money in the local bank before and after I get the citizenship?
No, but we recommend to open a bank account for making these transactions. It's easier for you, for the expenses and to pay, etc. But you don't have to. You are directly sending the money from your account to the developer account. That's all.
Okay. So wow, that is really interesting. So unbelievable. So perhaps that you could recommend some of the investment hotspot. I mean, the audience are very eager to know where to invest right now to in order to get a citizenship. Any recommended investment hotspot? Which are the
Uh,
area?
Actually, Istanbul is always, the favorite city in Turkey. Of course, it depends on the client if they want to use an apartment at the same time because they want citizenship, but also they want to enjoy it. Sometimes it's only for the citizenship purpose. So if you want to only to invest for citizenship, we mostly recommend the properties projects with the rental guarantees. At least you will be free of mind for 3 years.
Mhm.
At the same time, if you want to enjoy it and if you're expecting like a high appreciation, the central location properties are really promising. It's not only for the citizenship, also the purpose of the use, it's important. But always there are favorite cities Istanbul, but can be
Mm.
in so close to Istanbul. For the summer holiday part, like South part, Antalya is also one of the good cities.
So what is the minimum entry? I mean, beside talking about the citizenship, what is the normally minimum entry to if I want to invest in Turkey? Of course, depends on the location, but what is the minimum entry level?
Really, Istanbul is a very huge city, and there are like thousands of the properties, like projects, mini projects. So most for the foreigners, we recommend the projects because for individual buildings and apartments will be very difficult for them to manage when they are not here. So the gated communities, the for a good apartment like $100,000, I think is the minimum. It's below that I don't recommend.
Okay, so when you talk about 100,000 USD, what is the minimum size of the apartments? Is it like a one bedder or two bedder?
It can be a one bedroom or it can be a three bedroom, depends again on the location.
Okay, so what is the build out like normally?
Sorry.
What is the build out like in Turkey you count by square feet or square meters?
We counted square meter.
So it's minimum
Yeah,
square meter is like probably about more than 50.
net square meter, I'm talking about the usage area inside the apartment. One bedrooms are mostly like the minimum 35 to 45, but there are some one bedrooms with the 70 square meter as well.
Okay.
Sometimes there are some one bedroom bigger than the two bedrooms.
Wow. Okay. So it depends on the layout plans. It's also on the developments as well.
And location in the center apartments are very small because there is not that much land and land is so valuable. So in the center apartments are small. When we go a little bit away from the center in the other districts, we can get bigger apartments with the same amount.
Okay. So what about the people was thinking like could they get any landed in Istanbul?
In the center, no chance, almost no chance. But of course, there are opportunities for the land. Only they have to use the land in 3 years.
Is it recommended to buy landed compared to apartments or condominium?
The land is a for long-term investment, actually. If they want to invest in land, they have to buy now and wait for long to get a good the profit. And the apartments, they are like appreciation is faster. Of course, the profit is less than land. If they are that much patient, of course, land is a very good investment tool in Turkey.
So for locals, they actually prefer to stay in those house or they prefer to stay in those apartments.
Um, Depends actually. Again, depends. There are a lot of different, the choices. For example, there are some the clients they only want to earn from the rental income, and so they choose apartments and too easy to sell. It's very with small apartments. Um, Again, depends on the taking the risk.
Okay. So they have a questions when you talk about USD 250,000, right? Normally, how big will the apartment be?
For 250
Yes.
thousand dollar. As we said, can be one bedroom, only one apartment in the center, or because in the center projects, one bedroom apartments are starting from like 250, 300,000 or $500,000. It depends actually, but if they want to like we can offer a three-bedroom apartment like the next square meter is like 130, 140, or it can be a 35 square meter one bedroom in the center.
Okay.
Again,
So it all depends on the locations as well.
exactly, because Istanbul is a very huge city. As I said, 20 million population. There are a lot of different opportunities. Can be a, like second-hand, very old and small apartment, or can be in the project, luxury, and big apartments.
So is local are buying properties as well, or they mostly renting out?
They are buying. As I said, now it's a really like if you want to marry, it's almost mandatory to have your apartment. Or for the couples, they're applying for the mortgage because it's important to have your own apartment, and it's a very good investment tool at the same time. So the local has a good interest actually.
Hmm. Interesting. So, is there like any foreign quota for one particular build projects or buildings? It's like foreigner can only invest this kind of percentage. The rest will be all local. Do they have this kind of rules in Turkey?
Yeah, there is.
So the whole building can be like 100% owned by foreigner or 100% owned by locals as well.
Exactly, exactly.
Wow. Okay, that is interesting. So thanks everyone for logging in. If you have any questions, feel free to ask now. We will be answer you. Okay, and again, you'll be amazed that in fact, like buying a properties worth 250,000 USD, you can actually enjoy a citizenship for life. Okay, so anybody interested? So perhaps you can PM us and we will recommend more of the suitable projects for you or any particular requirement pertaining to your criteria as well. All right. So other than that, anything that you want to share with us, Barrak?
I'm of course I'm waiting for you. Turkey is a really good option for the real estate investment because sometimes during the pandemic all the countries are affected, all the economies are affected, of course, but sometimes that kind of crisis are creating really good opportunities. I think this is why it's the right time to invest, who are willing to invest actually. And it's very easy process and it can be done online also, that's another option. And we are here to guide them and to make the process more smoother for them, uh, and enjoy the really nice weather. Everyone is more than welcome to Turkey.
Yep. And of course, the last question is there any important factors or points that we need to take note when it comes to invest in Turkey?
The right project, right developer, and the legal process can be followed very carefully, since there are a lot of developers and the projects in here. We are always choosing the best developers, and we want to be sure that they are able to complete the project on time. And again, the process on the paperwork is very important. Then it's very easy. That's the only thing I think you should be careful about that. And the location wise, you have to take the really good advices where to invest.
So what if it's, let's say I would buy a property right now and the constructions will take about 3 months, 3 years, okay? Then subsequently, after 3 years, will there be any circumstances that the property might not be ready by then, or the developer unable to deliver the property? So what is our right as a purchaser?
Sure. How it works in the notary agreement, as per the law, there are some, the conditions they have to mention, and one is the completion date, another is the penalty. In 3 years, if they, even for example, you bought the apartment today and they put after 24 months delivery, if they couldn't hand over on time, there will be penalty which should be paid from the developer to you. And during this 3 years period, you cannot sell your property. It's not like some other countries. They want to, keep the prices, and they want to control it. But in these 3 years, you can change your mind and you can terminate the contract.
Hmm.
Uh, in for first 15 days, as per the consumer rights, you can terminate your contract without any penalty. And after 15 days, if you you change your mind and you want to invest somewhere else, still you can terminate the contract with some penalty. You can again get your money back. And if the developer cannot hand over on time, again they will pay penalty to you.
Okay, so what if the developer have bankrupt and they run away? So will the purchaser manage to get the money?
Yes, again, it will be a court issue. You will go to court. That's why the notarized agreement is very important, because in some companies they prefer to make the normal agreement without notarized. So that's why I recommend to be careful about the papers. Then you will go to the court, and the lawyer will follow the process. It may take some time, but you will get your money back at the end of the day.
But it hardly happened, right?
No, I didn't experience that. But being late, yes.
Okay.
Being delivery, unfortunately, yes.
Okay, so when they're late, they do pay some penalty when come to a certain percentage of the interest, right?
Yes. because you are losing rent, they consider like that. So they have to pay that amount to you.
Great. Okay, so I guess that will be very informative information. Of course, for those that who wants to know more about this citizenship or this migration program, you can always PM us. Okay, put down your contact number, and we will actually reply you accordingly. So if you really need further advice, we are here to assist you. And of course, with IQI Turkey, Barrak there, they will be able to furnish you with all the detailed information that you require. And best of all, that if you need any particular assistance when it comes to property management, renting out, or even help to sell, we also have our local representative, IQI Turkey, to assist you when it comes to it. So we actually provide one-stop solutions here, so that your investment is actually at ease. Okay, you do not have to worry. Even you get your citizenship, you need someone to rent out your units, we are here to assist you. So for those that were interested to know more of our project, you can always go to our www.iqiglobal.com to get the informations, okay, or PM us, we will actually get back to you. Thanks for joining us for this program. So if you like our program, please give us lots of love and like. We will share some other interesting program in the coming week, which is on every Friday. Okay, Malaysia time is 9:30, and depends on which country we will present. So next week we will talk about why invest in Singapore as well. So again, if you like our program, please share it out, invite your friends to join us. Don't forget, give us your comment and feedback as well. Appreciate that a lot. Okay. Thanks, Barrak, for your interesting sharing. Okay, I hope you have a good day as well. Okay, so my name is Mandy here, signing off. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.